Good evening, everyone. I can't believe it's the quarterfinals already, but welcome to the Matchday 6 deadline stream. That's what we're doing today. Yeah, like I say, I can't believe it's the quarterfinals already. We've only got two more match days left after this. I'm going to take these off now because the music's a little bit quieter. How are we all feeling? I feel like it's a bit of a difficult one this week in general, kind of coming into it for most of us. I think a lot of us are going to have a good few transfers to make, if we're being honest. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. Got lots to talk about. But yeah, again, only what, a week and a half, just under a week and a half until the tournament's done for another 4 years. Kind of crazy, but we are here. We are doing well. 15k rank, a nice increase. If you haven't watched this week's team selection video yet, we got 96 points, sitting at 15,645 in the world, and this is kind of what we ended up with. So I'm very glad. If you were here on the deadline stream last round, you would know that I was very tempted to take out Jude Bellingham, and I'm very happy that I didn't. And I'm also very happy that Balogun ended up that his suspension kind of upheld throughout the deadline. Obviously it got rescinded, but if Balogun was fit to play against Belgium, then, or if he was set to play against Belgium, then I would have taken out Bellingham. So very thankful. Thank you. I was going to say thank you, Donald Trump, but that really doesn't make any difference because that wouldn't have impacted how the team would have looked at the deadline. But yeah, here we are for this week. A couple of players out. A couple of players that do have to come out. We've got Sanchez, Quinones and Vinicius Jr. on the plane home. And also Saibari, who has been ruled out of tonight's match. We will get official confirmation of that in 25 minutes when the lineups do come out. I've also got Fries, who is also on the plane home. 4 players eliminated, but I am just going to keep him at the minute. Fries will be staying here because there is bigger fish to fry in the transfer world today, and I don't really want to take a hit for a goalkeeper. So that's where I'm at. Texans engineer, how are we? Punting in midfield to put Haaland in the team. I think it probably will be quite a common thing this week with a lot of people doing that, because there just isn't a lot of good midfielders. You know, I feel like I've got a big short list of midfielders and none of them look good. Genuinely, that's how it feels right now. Federico, how are we? Most important question, is Saibari going to play? It doesn't look like it, unfortunately. All the kind of news outlets and stuff have kind of ruled him out of tonight, which is unfortunate. Manzambi, I think he is also a big doubt for this week. So he's another one I'd be looking to take out, unfortunately. Yeah, obviously we'll get to see what happens with Saibari. I think both of them have been ruled out, but yeah, I think both of them are probably sells. Took Haaland out to fund my transfers. I suppose it depends what kind of players you've brought in, I suppose, Steve. I mean, I would like to get Haaland in this week, to be honest, but you can't have them all. Dinko, how are we? Henry, that's doing Quinones to Kane, Munoz to Cabarce, Vinny to Berge, and Hakimi to Romero. See, to be honest, Henry, I probably would rather have Hakimi than Romero. I don't know what the price difference is there. I mean, Argentina haven't been great defensively. Switzerland have been decent in attack. I just feel like Argentina defenders have been quite the letdown since bringing them in. 2 goals conceded to Cape Verde, 2 goals conceded to Egypt. I think Switzerland have a very good chance of scoring this week. So I'd rather have Hakimi, to be honest. The rest of them look good. I don't know too much about Berge. I haven't really looked into Norway all that much, but I like the Quinones to Kane and Munoz to Cabarce moves are fantastic. No complaints there. I think Manzambi's out for 2 weeks. Ah, well then, yeah, probably will be his tournament over then. Do you think it's good to use the clean sheet shield for this stage? Forgot to use it in previous. Yeah, I think if I hadn't used, like, it was really going to be this week or last week when we did use it. I think this week's going to be a good one. You know, you at the end of the day, it does just feel like a coin flip when that does get used. You know, any of these games, you're really just looking for 2-1 or 3-1 or 4-1. You know, it's hard. I don't really feel as though there is any good week to use it. You just have to get lucky with it. I don't think it really brings many points anyway, because if you want to play your 3 forwards, then you only get a maximum 4 defenders. So, you know, you get 5 players who can potentially benefit from the chip. And you need to obviously gamble on who's going to concede 1 goal there. Chances are it's only going to be 1 or 2 of them, and you're only going to get 5 to 10 points. So I would just use it this week. I lost 2 midfielders and 2 defenders last round, so in a way it works out great for the 4 free transfers. Just need to figure out who to bring in with a budget of 23.1. Yeah, I think we're pretty much all in the same position. I would love to make some more defensive transfers, I think, because the midfield, it's not a place I'd like to make transfers because there's just not many good options at all. I want to get Koundé in, I want to get Kubarsi in. You know, I think that probably would be the ideal defence for me. Cucurella, Hakimi, Martinez, Kubarsi and Koundé. But I can only make 1, unfortunately, because I have to make 2 midfield changes, which is stinking the place up, unfortunately. Oh. Oh, that's fine. Last game week that was. Cunha, Saibari. Yeah. Stinky. Saibari was so annoying because I know we were talking about potentially selling him to get Diaz for a little bit cheaper. And then he did really well, of course, and now we'll play in this round. And Diaz is probably someone I would have kept for this round as well, which is kind of annoying. Baena or Olmo? I would probably go for Baena, Alex. What jersey is it you've got on? Something retro from the 90s? It is. It's the Scotland 96 jersey. Jersey? I hate saying jersey. It sounds so American. Yeah. Scotland 1996. I just got this as well for the World Cup. Picked it up. I'm trying to get a good retro Scotland kit collection for all the games that we play in the big tournaments, of course. Is it fine to use defensive? I don't know what Aguirre is this game week. I'm sorry, Federico, I don't know what that means. Hi mate, Haaland or Kane? Already have Bellingham from England attack. I think if you're being smart with it, Kane's probably going to be the best option for you. I think Haaland is more of the fun option, so it really depends what way you want to go. If you need to, you know, get a big boost in rank and go for a differential, I think Haaland's probably the one to pick. But the smart pick, I think, is just going to be to go for Harry Kane. Defensive shield. Ah, right, okay. Yes, I would use it, Federico. Time for a Yamal haul? I hope so, because I think we deserve it. It has been a long, long hold with him. What did we get? 4 points and 5 points from Yamal so far, and I had him in match day 3 points, and that was it. So yeah, no haul from Yamal so far. He is due one. Hopefully that comes this weekend. Fingers crossed. What do you think of Nusa? He's not. I mean, it's a gamble really. I think if I'm being honest, the only person from Norway I would really consider would be Haaland. Would you rather double France defense or Hakimi plus 1 France defender? I would go Hakimi plus a France defender. Any word from Argentina press about which fullbacks will start versus Switzerland? There has not been. If I had to guess, it would probably be Molina and Tagliafico again. But it depends, because that Argentina team looks absolutely done. Like, they looked so finished by the end of that game against Egypt. So maybe the likes of Montiel comes in just to kind of let players get a rest. But it's the World Cup quarterfinals at the end of the day. I don't know if that's really something you can afford. Roses Fallen, who are we? 12th man Haaland or a Yarzabal? Have 4 Spanish players already and no Norway players. Probably Haaland then. I think you've got plenty of Spain cover and Yamal and Baena. You've also got the 2 attacking fullbacks, so why not go for the Norway cover and just hope Yarzabal doesn't do anything. Gordon, Ormo or Odegaard? I'd probably go Gordon. What team do you think get the biggest win? Probably Spain. I can see Spain destroying Belgium, to be honest, because we've got to be honest. Belgium did not look good before this. You know, they came into the tournament with a 1-1 draw with Egypt, and then a 0-0 draw with Iran. You know, they were a nothing team. They obviously then kind of came into it against New Zealand, but New Zealand are at the end of the day the worst ranked team at this tournament. A 3-2 win against Senegal, which was good, and then obviously the 4-1 win against USA. It kind of feels like the same as USA, where they were looking pretty decent for a couple of games, and then they came up against someone decent and get battered. I think Belgium could be the same, to be honest. I think Spain will take a few off them. Dewey or Enzo Fernandez? I would go for Enzo Fernandez because I don't think Dewey will start. What do you think about your team except Hakimi for Koundé and Diop? Left as a throwaway defender. Then 4.7 mil Berg as a throwaway midfielder to bring Elise in and take a -3 hit. I don't know. I think that's a lot of sacrifices just to bring in Elise and Koundé, because that's then 2 throwaway players you've got and taking a hit. Who's more upside this game week, Baena or Digne? I mean, I think Baena, regardless, is usually going to have more upside, because Digne is not really going to be one that gets in and about the attack and returns. So the upside for Digne, you're looking at, you know, probably 7 points. Baena, if he gets a goal, gets another goal and assists, you know, the ceiling's a lot higher. Fancying Belgium to beat Spain? That's a bold shout. I think Spain look good, but they don't look good enough to win the whole thing. Obviously, they haven't conceded a goal yet. But again, they haven't really, you know, Portugal weren't really up to much. And other than that, they haven't really played anyone that great. I think Spain look decent. I think they will brush past Belgium, and then I think France will beat them in the next round. Would you rather do double France defence or Hakimi plus a French defender? Henry, I'd go for France defender plus Hakimi. I'd have neither Yamal nor Bellingham, honestly. Suspect a Norway win is around the corner. I mean, potentially. I feel like there's no... Like, in terms of taking out Yamal and Bellingham, there's just no better replacements. Is Gordon a good option if budget doesn't allow for Jude? I think so, yeah. I quite like Gordon as an option. He's someone I'm considering. Khalifa with the donation, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Let's see, 4 or 5 changes because players eliminated. Maignan and Pickford. Kubarsi, Cucurella, Odegaard, Baena, Diop, Mazraoui, Medina, Lemieux, Bellingham, Elise, Haaland, Mbappe, Messi. To be fair, you've actually got like most of the premiums. Mbappe, Haaland, Messi, I would keep, absolutely. Elise, Bellingham, Yamal, keeps. Medina could be a sell. Mazraoui and Diop. I think if you sold Haaland and Diop, you've got Pickford and Maignan, which is fine. Kubarsi and Cucurella, which is fine. Baena, which is fine. Odegaard, Diop. Yeah, I think that looks absolutely fine. Team looks good. Khalifa, I like it. I think if I was really gonna like, the only maybe nitpick I would have there would be Medina, because I'm not sure he would start. Raw with the donation as well, £9.99. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Not even a message either. What a guy. Appreciate you. Thank you. Cheers for your work. Thank you, Raw. Appreciate that. Absolute legend. Raw and Khalifa. Thank you, guys. Who do you think will win out of Spain and France in the semis? Andy, I think it will be France. I think it will be a close game, but yeah, I'm gonna go France. In the final match day, the players from the 3rd and 4th place teams play. I believe so, Miguel. I believe so. Joe, FPL Joe, was talking about it on Twitter, and it seems to be in the code that will be part of it, which just makes the max captain look even better, which is great because we get 2 games out of it. But it's going to be interesting because obviously we get 6 transfers going into the final, but we're not going to have anyone eliminated because all the 4 semi-final players will have matches in the final match day. So it's just going to be six transfers to kind of play about with your team, do whatever. I think everyone's going to end up with the same teams, which is going to be better for the max captain because everyone will have the same team, but not everyone will have the same captain. Tielemans, De Ketelaere, or Nusa? Probably Tielemans. Can I make extra transfers without losing points before I click save? If you mean like it does pop up, yeah. So like I can take out Hakimi, Martinez, Yamal, Bellingham, and then it tells. Oh no, it doesn't tell me. Hold on. Let me just add players in. Oh no, it doesn't tell me. Oh well, there you go. Anyway, you can. It does just say -6 points at the top here. Just make sure you press reset. Best 6.2 million midfielder. Jeez. It's probably Baena, I think you can get for around that price. 6.2. Unahi, Tielemans, Nusa, Baena. Yeah, I'd look there. One of those 4. Probably Baena though, for me. Manzambi for Saibari. Both are out injured, unfortunately. Both unavailable. Better to buy a cheap goalkeeper that won't play paired with Kubarsi or Pickford and a Norway 4 million defender. I would go... Well, I mean, you obviously don't really want to be buying a cheap goalkeeper that won't play. But it's probably better than a Norway defender. I mean, you could get Mauler Wolf in there. I mean, maybe that will be better. At least that way you're getting 2 players. He is the highest scoring Norwegian defender. So yeah, I'd probably do that. Get the defender and Pickford. Is 5 French players too risky? Nah. I mean, if I was buying 5 French players, it would be Mbappe, Dembele, Olise, Koundé. I would probably stop at 4. But I know a few people, you know, maybe going for like a Barcola for the cheaper option. Or you could get Maignan in goals, which I think is fine as well. I thought about using the clean sheet shield in the final, but now it doesn't sound like a great idea. Yeah, if you're using the clean sheet shield in the final, I mean, you're probably going to have a split defense as well. You'd need one of the like you'd need out of both the games, you probably need at least 2 of the teams to only concede 1 goal. And they have to concede that 1 goal. It's a really shit chip, if we're being honest. It's not a great chip at all. The jersey of Saibari was shown in the pictures of the dressing room? Surely not. See if it is. That actually saves so much hassle. I don't like how I've came on straight to that though, but no, I don't think so. This is probably like some bait. Ah, there we go. So if Morocco do put France out in the massive, unlikely chance, then there's a good chance Saibari makes it for the next one, but yeah. Oh! Do you know, I was going to say this makes Douay a much better option, but I still wouldn't buy him, because if France make it through, I think Barcola just starts again in the next game. I think both of them, both Barcola and Douay, are just minutes risks, because they seem to just swap with each other. But it's ideal if you've got Douay. I mean, we're going to get lineups in 3 minutes time anyway, but if you've got Douay, then you can just keep him. Maybe makes Barcola sell for a lot of people as well, so we might be looking at another hit for some. How is our percentages looking? Diaz well above 5, Barcola well above 5, Digne well above 5 now. There's Gordon hit 5%, which is annoying. Molina's probably going to hit it, Enzo's probably going to hit it. Tielemans probably going to stay under. What's Solio saying? Molina isn't actually expected to go above the 5% mark. Neither are Enzo and Saka. Bellingham's shooting up in ownership, so is Cucurella. Baena's shooting up in ownership as well. Everyone's buying the Spanish players. Gordon quite a bit as well. Patrick Berg on corners and in-swingers from the left side. Not the worst punt in the world if you need the money. I mean, we were also speaking about Zico last week, and he ended up scoring 2 goals. Obviously, one was ruled offside, or ruled as a foul, which didn't count, but yeah. Zico ended up getting some points. Best 4.8 million defender, or they have O'Reilly and Lissandro. 4.8 million defender. I don't think you can get anyone from Spain, can you? Nope, no Spanish. Doubt you can get any French. No French either. It's not looking good. Probably England after that. I don't think England will keep a clean sheet though. I mean, how is our clean sheet odds looking? 43. Argentina still with a 41% chance, but I don't think I'd be wanting to triple up on that Argentina defence. Then it goes to 38 for Spain, which you can't afford. It's not really looking great at all for anyone under 5 million in defence. Maybe just gamble. I don't know. Maybe just go for an England. I mean, you've already got O'Reilly as well, so that's... I wouldn't double up on England defence either. I think you are screwed. Not gonna lie. I don't know. There's just not... There just isn't any good defenders under 5 million this week. Could always just go Molina if you want to triple up on Argentina, but I don't think it's that great. The best wildcard team, I don't think it would look too much different to what most of our teams look like right now, to be honest. If I was picking a front three on a wildcard, I would have Messi, Mbappe and Kane. In defence, I would split it, mostly Spain defenders. I'd probably have 3 Spain defenders in there. I would have Koundé, I would have Hakimi. Midfield, I'd want Dembele, Elise, Yamal, Bellingham. And then try and find a cheap one in there as well. Going second in the mini league with 51 points different. How is he 51 points ahead? What would you recommend in general? I mean, I think if you're 51 points behind, you've got to go differential with good captaincies. I think Haaland, Bellingham, maybe like, I don't know, depends if they've got Elise or Dembele, go for the opposite. That kind of thing. Still good captaincy options, just different from what first place is going to do. Maybe Ryerson. I mean, Ryerson's actually been pretty disappointing this tournament, hasn't he? 12 points total. Hasn't played much. He was injured actually, wasn't he? Potentially. I mean, yeah, Ryerson's probably going to be your best shout. There just isn't much at all going for under 5 million. Take a hit for Manzambe? I would, yeah. I would. Be activating clean sheet shield, so maybe that changes things. I think that makes it better for definitely France, but obviously you can't afford France. I definitely would expect Argentina to score at least 2, so yeah, I'd probably just go for Norway. Gamble. Hopefully Ryerson gets an attack in return. Would you keep Freeman as a dead spot and upgrade McAllister? No, I would take Freeman out and keep McAllister. I'm tempted to bring McAllister in. Shelder will probably start ahead of Nusa. Manzambe is out, yeah. He's out for, well, I don't actually think there has been official confirmation, but he is a huge doubt, and someone mentioned in the chat earlier that he was out for about 2 weeks. Maybe you already talked about this, but what are your thoughts on using the clean sheet shield in the semi-finals over this round? I mean, the semi-finals is going to be what? France, Spain? Do you think that's going to be like a... Do you think only one of those teams is scoring 1 goal? I mean, maybe with Spain's defence, but I don't think I could see France scoring only 1 goal. And then you'd have England, Argentina. That's another one. I mean, I don't really think there is a better week to use it. I think you just use it whenever you feel like using it. Because you're just gambling on a team to concede 1 goal and that's it. So I don't really think there's a better time to use it anywhere, to be honest. If you want to use it in the semis, use it in the semis. If you want to use it now, then use it now. Should I have 5 defenders if I activate the clean sheet booster and if you've got midfield problems to sort out? It depends on the problems, I suppose. If you've got players eliminated, then I would probably just take the hit. Would you rate McAllister over Enzo? Enzo has scouting bonus and plays further forward. I don't know if Enzo's going to keep the scouting bonus, unfortunately. I will actually look into that though, because I want to kind of see, because I'm tempted by McAllister myself. Obviously he's picked up some more points. 4.6% for Enzo, so we'll keep an eye on him. He might stay under. I think as McAllister's 8.8. Okay, let's have a look at FUTMob and let's see who's been better out of the two. Enzo and McAllister pretty much the same so far for goals per 90. Shots on target per 90. Enzo beating out McAllister. Maybe Enzo is the better move. Shots in general, Enzo's sitting in 4th. Again, McAllister looking not too bad either. Chance creation, that's where McAllister kind of beats him out. 2 for Enzo, 4 for McAllister. Good expected assist there from Enzo as well. Yeah, I mean, maybe, I mean, yeah, I know McAllister's also had the extra tackle points as well. He's had tackle points twice so far. 3.2 is pretty good. I don't know if Enzo's stats are that much better, that he's better than McAllister. But at the end of the day, he is more attacking and he is getting scouting bonus. So maybe, I mean, do we think Messi's going to keep the penalties as well? Is that a potential to go to McAllister? Maybe it goes to Enzo. I think he'll probably keep the. Oh, I just realised lineups are out. Messi will probably keep the lineups, the penalties. If we're being honest, though. France, Dewey starts, Digne starts, Dembele, Elise, Mbappe. Pretty much what we expected, right? Where is that Morocco team? Can you see that? No, I'll get a better one for you. Can you see that okay? I feel like that's not too bad. Talbi, Unahi, Diaz, El Kanous. Hakimi starts. Riyadh benched again. Hal not playing either. I know some of you might have brought Hal in. He's not available. Hal Marcola. Do not start. John, how are we? Just waiting on news for Saibari that will determine whether you take the 3 point. Good. Nice and prepared. Not locked in yet, Ash Champs. Not locked in yet. I need to have a look at some midfielders that I want. The thing is, McAllister's playing further forward now because Paredes is playing. If Paredes doesn't play, McAllister will be the deepest midfielder. Yeah. I mean, what I'm definitely doing anyway this week is, I mean, to be fair, is everyone kind of thinking like Mbappe, Messi, and then one of Kane, Haaland, or Yarzabal? Anyone think of any other forwards? I would be lying if I didn't say I did consider Embolo, because of how much goals Argentina are conceding. I'm just thinking, like, obviously off the top of my head, if I go for a Yarzabal here, which is the original plan, then I don't really want to get Baena, because I don't want to triple up on Spain attack. But if I was to go for Embolo, then I could get Baena and have the double Spain attack. How are we feeling on the poll? I've not actually looked at the poll in a while. Baena, 63%. I imagine most of that is Baena rather than Olmo. A few McAllister and Enzo's. Not so many Trossard and Nusas. Interesting. I mean, like, the player for me that's definitely coming in is going to be Kubarsi. What budget am I thinking for striker? I'm thinking like mid-budget. There's no way I'm going to be able to afford a premium striker option. I'm not getting Kane, I'm not getting Haaland. I'll just have to wait till next round and then maybe I can get them in. Thinking Schelderloop to target England's right side of the defence where they suffer the most goals. Super risky. But it pays off massive if that works out. Embolo or Rahimi, is that a question, Nap, or is that based on the forwards question that I asked? Who is it Rahimi plays for? Is Rahimi Moroccan? He is, but he isn't starting. I want Embolo, Yarzabal, Mbappe. I mean, kind of playing about with things. Question, okay. I would go for Embolo because Rahimi's not starting. You'd be getting Rahimi off the bench. So yeah, I would go for Embolo, Nap. I actually really like Embolo as well for this week. What would you say is the optimal amount of players from each team? Well, we got 8. I'd be looking at 4 Spain, 4 France, 1 Morocco. I'm not counting up to 15 here, I'm just kind of thinking off the top of my head. Probably 3 Argentina. I mean, in terms of the favourites, we'll go 4 France, 4 Spain, 2 England, 3 Argentina. And then between Switzerland, Norway, Belgium, Morocco, I'd be looking at maybe like 1 Switzerland, 1 Norway, 1 Morocco, and I probably wouldn't touch Belgium. Oyarzabal, Odegaard, Kubarsi, Lissandro, or Kane, Bayeni, Lissandro, and Ryerson. I would have Kane, Baena, Lissandro. So what is it? Kane or Oyarzabal, Baena or Odegaard, Lissandro or Kubarsi? I would go for Kane, Baena, Lissandro, and Ryerson, Alex. M. How are we? I think I found my favourite 5 defenders plus midfielders with Oyarzabal, Messi, and Mbappe. I love it. Oh, there we go. You've even put it in the chat for us. Porro, Cucurella, Tagliafico, O'Reilly, Martinez. No complaints there. Bellingham, Dembele, Elise, Yamal, De Catalare. No complaints there either. And Oyarzabal, Messi, and Mbappe. Nice. That's very nice. I'm still debating whether I want to take Diop out for a hit, but I don't know. He's an easy sub out tonight, isn't he? I don't know if it's really required. I just realised I don't really save much money going for Embolo, but if I was to go for Embolo up top, right, and then we get Baena. I've got 8.3. 8.3 million doesn't really get me anything. What I want is Elise, and I just don't think I can get him in. 8.3 million doesn't really get you anywhere. Be good if I never had Bellingham already. I'm thinking McAllister. It's going to have to be Oyarzabal. I'm just going to end up, you know, getting back to the same team that I had before. Bellingham and Lissandro or Gordon and Cabarce. I would have Bellingham and Lissandro. Worth taking a -3 for Wolf instead of Riyadh with the clean sheet shield. Oh. Yes. I would, yeah. Because Riyadh's not playing, so you may as well get a playing player. You think Porro's potential at goals and assists is worth the start risk? Personally, no. That's why I am going for Cabarce. I'm just not interested in having a big the Spain defence is a big thing. Double Spain defence is big to have. I just don't want to get screwed over by Llorente with a random start. So go for the safe option in Cabarce. Taking out DePaul for 6.4 million. Not sure I'd bring in. I mean, there is a few options around that price. I think you've got Tielemans, Nusa. Is it worth a -3 though? Probably not. -3 to remove Barcola. Tempted to keep as he scored a goal and assist off the bench. Or have Elise in a dead spot. Oh. I think the smart move is probably just keep Barcola and hope he can get something off the bench. Because I would bet on him starting next week, to be honest. My front three's been Haaland, Kane and Messi for most of the tournament. It's probably done fantastic for you then, to be honest. They have clearly been the best front three. Why not Dewey? Just because I wouldn't be confident he starts the next round and then the final after that if they make it. I don't have to make another transfer. Plus, I don't think this Morocco game is going to be too easy for France at all. I've taken a hit for Manzambe and only a 5.9 million budget. Probably De Ketelaere here. I mean, I don't think he's that great a pick. I wouldn't personally pick anyone from Belgium, but I mean, your pick. I don't think it's great though. I wouldn't want a Belgium attacker against a Spain defence that hasn't conceded a goal yet. I've seen a few people mention Berge so far, but he's playing, but he's not really getting points. I just want to double check that the deadline is definitely 9 PM, right? Yes, 9 PM. What do you think the chances are that the game glitches out and no one gets any transfers because it locks at 8 PM? Wouldn't surprise me. Alright, no, it's fine. 9 PM. 9th of July, yep. Saibari's on the bench? Saibari's not on the bench, is he? He is on the bench? I still think I'll take him out. I didn't even notice that. Oh wait, you just can't see that. Hold on. It is very, very light, but his name is right here. The France team's out, yeah, Dylan. It's really the same team, but Dewey's starting over Barcola. Khalifa, no, I personally wouldn't. Is it worth changing my eliminated goalkeeper to Simon if the other's Pickford for a -3? I would just keep Pickford. I don't think Pickford will get that many points, but I don't think it's worth it to take a -3 on a goalkeeper. So I would just keep it. I'm doing the same thing. I've got Fries in my team, and I'm just gonna keep him and hold Martinez. Joe, how's it going? Already took a hit for Bruno G. Leaving Vargas, goalkeeper, not willing to take another hit for a goalkeeper. Also have Sabari. I take a -3 or just stick. I mean, it's harder now. I would have said yes, just take a -3 for Sabari, but the fact that he's on the bench is kind of changed things up a bit. I don't know if I want to keep him. Probably not, right? I would let me take out Diop, but I don't think I can get Koundé either way. Cabarce, Oyarzabal, McAllister. Nah, still can't get anyone decent. I think I might just go for Gordon. I don't know. What about like Swiss midfielders? Anyone been feeling any Swiss midfielders? Vargas's minutes are poor. That's it though, really, isn't it? It would have to be Mbolo and then Baena if I was going to do that. It still gives me 1.7 million in the bank. Can I get a better midfielder than McAllister? I can, but I can take a -3 and then get Koundé. Like that. Oh, I just realised you can't see that. Don't know if that's worth a -3. I prefer picking a cheaper striker and having 2 midfield picks. I'm actually confident can score rather than a premium striker and 2 dead midfield picks. Yeah, I would agree. Vargas was only benched last game because I read somewhere he had some fitness issues. I believe he started every other game. Him and Jack. To be fair, I remember that actually happened. I remember the commentators mentioning that when he came on off the bench. Is Gordon not better than McAllister? Maybe. How's the underlines for England been this tournament? 2 assists. XG per 90. Pretty poor so far. I mean, the wing backs for England are pretty decent for underlines so far. Shots on target per 90. Not a whole lot for Gordon. I mean, is Gordon a bit of a minutes risk as well with Rashford there? Rice is the one creating the chances. I mean, to be fair, Gordon doesn't look that great. 3 attackers in the last game. I don't know if I'm that risky. Brenda, I would go for option A. I would go for option A. Take a -3 for Barcola to Gordon. A -3 for Barcola I don't hate. I just don't know if I would do it for Gordon. Hector, how are we? Wino Kane, I just can't afford him, sadly. Meyer, I'm planning on using this week. Do you have any idea on what my team should look like? I would just focus, if you're wildcarding this week, I would just focus big time on Spain. Couple of, I mean, I think you just got to go for the favourites, really. I'd be picking 4 Spain, 4 France, you know, up to like 3 Argentina. Probably 2 English players in there, and then just go for a couple of cheap players around it. De Catalari and a Yarzabal over McAllister and Bolo. I'm going to be honest, I probably just won't touch Belgium at all. I don't trust them to do that great. I could end up eating my words, you know, by the end of the weekend, but nah, my head is telling me just to avoid Belgium completely. $4.7 mil defender, already have Martinez. Only one I can find is Nico. Yeah, I mean, I would probably just go for Nico O'Reilly, to be honest. I don't think there is a whole lot of good defenders under 5 million. You can't get anyone from Argentina or France. Sorry, you can't get anyone from Spain or France. So it leaves Argentina, who are a little bit minutes risky. So yeah, next best is probably just going for England. Ayarzabal has failed to not score in back-to-back matches for Spain in the last 21 matches. That's crazy. Basically, it's due a goal versus Belgium. France or Spain France or Spain defenders. I mean, I prefer Spain defenders, but they do have a lower clean sheet chance than France. 38% for Spain, 43% for France. This is 11FI, by the way, if anyone is wanting to use this. It's a great free website. Yeah, I would pick Spanish defenders personally. So I think they've got a better fixture as well, and they are a better defence. Joe, anyone doing a differential or all in the main teams and players? I've had to take a hit for Bruno G, but unsure if to take another one for Saibari. Or do you have a goalkeeper who's out? Sorry, Joe, I might have totally... I know I started answering that, I might have totally patched it last time you said that. I think I would... I don't think it's worth it. I mean, I'm saying I don't think it's worth it to take a hit for Saibari, and I'm sitting here taking a hit for Saibari. But then, at the same time, I don't see Morocco getting past this round. So if you're taking a -3 hit for a player who's maybe only going to get half at the absolute maximum in this game and then get eliminated, you're probably going to be taking them out next week anyway. So now that I'm just kind of rethinking about it, taking a hit for Saibari is probably the smart move. Nusa and Kabarsi, or Dewey and Wolf. I would go Nusa and Kabarsi. Rob, how's it going? Would you take a -3 for Vargas to Dewey, or would you pick a player from Norway? I would keep Vargas. I would keep Vargas. I think if you were to ask me if I preferred Doué to Vargas, then I would still be picking Vargas. Who would you captain this round if you could only pick one? Mbappe probably. Mbappe, Messi, one of those two, probably Mbappe. Is it worth doing Manzambi to Baena for a -3? I would say yeah. I would say yeah. Which combo do you prefer between Simon and Koundé or Maignan and Porro? I would go Simon and Koundé for 100%. Views on Enzo worth the extra over McAllister? We were kind of looking at it, Michael. Enzo is better in the attacking stats, but not by a whole lot. And McAllister gets the kind of, like, he also gets the tackle bonus in there every couple of games. Obviously, Enzo looks like he's going to have the scouting bonus over McAllister, so that could be a big thing. He's up to 4.7% now. We'll see how that updates in the next couple of minutes. But he could stay under 5%, which would be big. But yeah, I think maybe McAllister for me. I quite like this team for a -3. I've not took a hit yet. I am still yet to take a hit this whole tournament. But that gives me, that defense is the defense. That is, for me, that would be my wildcard defense. That midfield, it would not be my wildcard midfield. But let me think. The problem is, I definitely want Oyarzabal. However, I don't want the triple Spanish attack. I just don't think that really makes a lot of sense. Can I get anywhere other than... I mean, 6.2 million doesn't really get me to too many places. Diaz at 6.4. I don't really want anyone at 6.2, to be honest. I think we have kind of spoke mostly about all of them. Xhaka, Tielemans, Nusa. I think Baena just looks like the best one there. Ketelare, I don't really like him either. DePaul, or I don't know who Rabbit is. I'm trying to think who Rabbit could possibly be. Rabiot. I would go to I don't know. How's DePaul been for points? Not DePaul, Rabiot. Nothing really. I'd probably go DePaul. I think he's got more of a chance of getting a goal in there somewhere. Don't think any of them are that great, but I think that triple France attack doesn't make sense. I think the triple France attack's a bit different. Because with Yamal and Baena, it's kind of just the same way with Bellingham and Gordon trying to cover off Kane. I think Yamal and Baena tries to cover off Oyarzabal. The thing with the France attack, Dembele, Mbappe and Olise, all three of them are capable of 20-point hauls. I don't really think that's the same for like a Baena. Baena would just be there because I want two Spanish attackers. Ideally it would be Yamal and Oyarzabal, but if I can't get Oyarzabal, I'd be happy with Baena. But the triple France attack I think is like different level. DePaul's only 5.8 or Barcola. I mean, if Barcola isn't starting, I mean, you're probably best just going for DePaul. Manzambi's out, Mohammed. He's expected to be out. He's a massive doubt. Rabiot's an expensive Berge, basically. Yeah, that makes sense as well, yeah. There's so many, like, the cheaper midfielders that just don't really do anything. Even McAllister, he just doesn't really do much. Is Porro too risky? I think so. I would rather just go for Kubarsi and be safe. Or Cucurella if you don't have him. Double Spanish or double France defense? I would go for double Spain, Sahar. Had both Barcola and Saibari. It was taking one of them out for a -3 for Bellingham. Sporadically took both out for a -6, including a Nahi. Stupid move, or good to try catch up in the mini league. A -3 for Unahi, it just seems kind of underwhelming. I know he did well in the previous match, but a -3 for a Moroccan attacker against France, who you're probably just going to have to transfer out again next week and maybe end up with another -3. Even if Unahi scores, I don't know if that's worth it this week. Thoughts on Gordon? I like Gordon, but I mean, his underlying stats are pretty poor. I'm big on this Swiss team. Wouldn't be surprised if they upset. What's Mbolo been like? I'm tempted by Mbolo just to get in by Aina. Don't know why I'm doing it like that. Two assists, 2 goals, 3 XG. Pretty mental XG per 90. Shots, he doesn't take a whole lot of shots. Creating big chances as well. I like Mbolo, you know. Mbolo had no chances versus Colombia. Bobby sounds just as uninspired as I do this match day. The midfield's just pissing me off. The midfield's getting nothing. I could see the Argentines losing their head this game. McAllister red. Taking a -3 to remove Diop to Kubarsi. Yes. Well, maybe. We're not decided yet. Thank you, M. Don't think Swiss attack is that good without Manzambi. I just think the Colombia defense was really good. The problem is I don't really want to buy Mbolo and then obviously he gets eliminated and then we're kind of in the same situation again next week. Right now I'm looking at this. Wherever we are. Hold on. Oh, that's because I'm looking at price. Points. I think I'm on this at the minute. Max captain a good idea? Nah, I wouldn't max captain. I don't think you need to do that. Save that. Osama, can you rank the top 3 midfielders under 8 million? To be fair, I think we all kind of are in the same position at the minute, trying to work out who the top 3 are. If you were to ask me right now, I'd probably go, let's see, I mean, I've picked Baena and McAllister, so I'll go Baena number 1, McAllister number 2. And then it's probably between Gordon and maybe Brahim Diaz for me for number 3. Or Enzo as well is a good one. It's probably what I'd go for. Oyarzabal and Dembele or Kane and Trossard. Definitely Oyarzabal and Dembele for me. Thoughts on Alvarez? Will he start? I don't know. It's the same with a lot of the Argentina players, sadly. It's just they're all big minutes risks. How about Charles de Ketelaere? Osama is, again, not really my favourite. I just don't really rate buying Belgium attackers up against a Spain defence that hasn't conceded a goal yet. And I think they'll get eliminated as well. Do you not like Dewey? Nah, because Dewey's a 1 week punt. And I don't think Morocco are any pushovers. I mean, we all kind of know that. So Dewey's probably going to play 70 minutes. 60, 70 minutes. Then get subbed off for Barcola. And if he doesn't do anything, you're probably taking him out again next week, even if they qualify. Would Mbolo be better than Oyarzabal? I mean, I don't think he is better than Oyarzabal, but it's obviously very situational. For me, I'm picking him up because I don't want to have triple Spain attack. And I can't get a better midfielder than Baena. My midfield's Yamal, Elise, Dembele, Saibari and Baena. Would you take a hit on Saibari and replace him, or is it fine? It depends what you want to do. I think Saibari is likely going to be coming out next week for you anyway. So if you want someone now, then go for it. Why McAllister over Gordon? Gordon's stats underline wise just don't look too great. He's not really creating a ton of chances for England. He's not really, you know, finishing a lot of chances for England. So McAllister, he's kind of in and about with the top creators for Argentina, and he's getting tackle bonus points as well. So I don't think he is a great option, but I just think he's like best of a bad bunch. I think the Spanish defence is overhyped. I see it crumbling like Mexico did when the time is right. Spain's opponents so far haven't been that threatening in attack. I know, I mean, in the World Cup, yes, but Spain have been a good defence for years now. Really struggling to get Elise in. It's frustrating. Should probably give up on Elise. I know, I feel the same, to be honest. I've been wanting to get Elise in since the round of 32, and every week it's just been harder and harder to get him in. I feel like the only chance I'm getting Elise in is taking out Yamal, and I don't want to do that this week. I've got Dembele, I've got Mbappe. I've kind of made that decision now. I do wish I had gone Elise over Dembele originally in the round of 32. One, because Elise get more points, and two, because he's cheaper. I feel like that extra 0.5 million would go a long way this week. I basically have 7 starters. Would you take a -3? Definitely, yeah. I'd be trying, if you need to take a -3 to get a starter in, then go for it. Especially if they are likely to progress to the next round. No worries, Osama. One last question. Gordon and Martinez will have triple Argentina defence like this, or McAllister and I would go McAllister and Kubarsi. I think that's kind of what I've got at the minute. I think you've already got double Argentina defence anyway. I think that's plenty based on the goals they've been conceding so far. I don't think there's any need to triple up. So Kubarsi for me outweighs Lisandro Martinez. I think McAllister and Gordon are kind of on par. So I would just go for Kubarsi and McAllister. Why not Rodri? He's the same points as Yamal and is under 5%. I know, but that's because Yamal's been pretty underwhelming. We're just kind of waiting on the big haul from him. I don't really think you can say the same for Rodri. Rodri's just kind of matching a poor Yamal. Yamal has not been worth it so far, but you know, all it takes is one game and he's got 20 points. Baena or Dewey? I'll go Baena. Because Dewey, you can't guarantee he'll start the next one. For my wild card, which two English midfielders? I would go for Bellingham and Gordon. Kubarsi or Digne, if I already have a Pumecano and Cucurella, I would go for Kubarsi. It's not that I don't like Digne, I prefer other players. I would rather get a Spanish defender than a French defender, so I would be picking the Spanish ones first. And from the France defence, I would rather have Koundé. Any need to take a hit to take Riyadh out? I would, Anton, yeah. Because he's not playing in this match, and then he's likely to get eliminated after this. So yeah, I would take the hit, move him on, get someone good in for this week. Any thoughts with Anderson? Believe he's on corners and scouting bonus. Yeah, I mean, he's a bit of a boring pick. Not getting a ton of points. It is kind of the same idea as McAllister, but at least I feel like with McAllister, you know, he can still get attacking returns. He's looking decent for Argentina. He's sitting like, you know, top 5 for chances and expected goals. So XG per 90, Enzo's 5th, and then McAllister's just behind. Where are we? Chances created, sitting in 4th. So he's looking okay. So for me, I think he's a little bit better than like an Anderson, offering the same kind of thing. Plus he gets the tackle bonuses in there every now and then. Hakimi or Kubarsi? Oh. I mean, logically it's probably Kubarsi, but I would like to have both. Like I said, I think the defence I've got in my team right now would be my wildcard defence. I don't know actually. Between Hakimi and Kubarsi, maybe Hakimi could be the better shout. Depends what budget you need. If you want to save the extra million, go for Kubarsi and use it elsewhere. Don't think there's much separating them. Poro 10% now. He was just 9%. What are we at? Let's have a look. Enzo's up to 4.8 now. Still not expected to hit the 5% before the end though. Dewey's probably going to start moving quickly. He's kind of shooting up a little bit. Probably not enough to hit 5% though. But yeah, it's a lot of the Spanish players that are getting brought in. I'm trying to think in terms of like who I'm expecting to be eliminated next week. So we get 5 transfers. To be fair, with 5 transfers, you can make a lot of moves with 5 transfers. I'm expecting out of that whole team just Hakimi and Mbolo to be eliminated, which I think's fine. I mean, I'm planning obviously on like for the next round as well. I don't want eliminated players in there, but I mean, I probably could take another gamble if I wanted to take another gamble. I just don't think there's a lot of players that really offer too much. Brahim Diaz, maybe? Like, something like that. Diaz obviously done well in the last match. I believe he's the penalty taker for Morocco as well, but is Enzo worth the extra mil over McAllister? I don't think so. I don't think so. And I don't like De Ketelaere at all. Sky Sports has Diaz up front. If Diaz is up front, I'd be willing to take that punt. But, I mean, suppose actually, yeah, if it's Talbi, Talbi's a winger, isn't he? Brahim Diaz, false 9. In that case, I'd be very tempted by a Diaz punt. He's not below 5%, is he? 6.1, so close. Yarzabal's been the main guy in the Spain attack. Well, what if... Is this possible? Please be possible. Oh, this is why I should have went for Elise. 0.2 million off. I mean, I know I could probably downgrade Koundé to Digne. I don't know if that's that great, actually. Would I take the gamble on the triple Spain attack? Then I can get a 6.8 player in there. Diaz up top. I mean, we like Diaz up top though, don't we? That's a good punt. Don't think France has a clean sheet. Go for Diaz on pens. Diaz. Right, I want to keep Koundé. I feel like something's calling me out with Koundé. Are you against using Hakimi to Cabarse? Yeah, I feel like I definitely want Hakimi this week. I don't know. I think he's the main guy for Morocco. I don't want to not go with him. I'll take him out next week. Let's free up the funds when they get eliminated. See, to be honest, looking at that, this team is perfect. I'm loving this team. Front three is great. These guys in midfield, fantastic. Perfect defence. I just need to find someone for 6.4 million. And in terms of eliminations, I've took Mbolo out now and replaced that likely elimination with Diaz, so we've still only got two eliminated players in here. So I can punt really on anyone. Joe tempted on Saibari as well. Clean sheet is the main thing for a defender. It is. Hakimi isn't getting a clean sheet, and that's where the points are. Well, the thing is as well, Raw, like, for Hakimi, it's not just clean sheets. Like, he scores, he gets assists, he takes set pieces. Based off the eye test, I don't like Baena at all. Yeah, that's definitely why I prefer Oyarzabal and Yamal. There's just not anyone good in midfield at that price point, really, is there? I forgot we still get the poll running as well. Are we all still feeling Baena? 64% of people going for Baena. We've got 218 people in here, guys. Thank you very much for coming along. Only 51 likes, but I know there's plenty of you in here that haven't liked the stream yet. We're going for 100. Bottom left-hand corner, that way. Bottom left-hand corner. Today's goal is 100 likes on the stream. If you haven't liked the stream yet, please jump down and leave a like. That'd be very much appreciated. Osama, I would go for Baena over Olmo, probably. I think Olmo can be a bit of a... I mean, to be honest, both of them can be a bit of a risk in terms of minutes. I think Baena's probably worth it in terms of the price, because I think Olmo's a little bit more expensive. 7.7, yeah. For 1.7 million, I would just go for Baena. What do we think? Nusa, Tielemans, De Ketelaere. You can fit on budget Kubarsi, Elise, Odegaard and Bolo. Kubarsi, Elise and Bolo sounds great. I don't really like Odegaard. O'Reilly or Digne? I would go Digne. Nusa, Tielemans, I could potentially, but they're just a bit... Ugh. Yeah, okay. I just had to make sure I was only taking a -3. Is Diaz really that much better than De Ketelaere? I think so, yeah. De Ketelaere, he's not a 90-minute player. He's not on penalties. There's two things that Diaz has over him. And I just feel like the Spain defence is a lot better than the France defence is. I think they are both great defences. And France, obviously, on paper, clean sheet wise, actually does have the better chances. I can get the team I want, but it cost me -9. Yeah, it's probably not worth it. Dinko, I've seen a few people talk about Berg from Norway. I don't really know much about him. It's a budget player at the end of the day. If you want to go for a playing budget player, then go for it. Who are we looking for? Best XA per 90. I mean, these are all going to be players that don't really play 90 minutes. Highest XG. Nothing really surprising. Elise with the highest chances created. See, Diaz is up there for big chances created. Trossard with the most chances created in the tournament is kind of mental. See, this is why I feel like I need to have Hakimi in the team. Good expected assist there for Trossard as well. But again, a very small amount of games to look at these stats. How's Enzo looking now? Still 4.8. Where are we at? Half 8. I definitely want to lock in soon. What are your thoughts of looking at a -9 hit as -3 of the next round? I mean, you want to try avoid hits as much as you possibly can. Very rarely is it worth it. What you've got to look at for a hit is, does it help your team for this round? Tick. And does it help your team for next round? If the answer is yes, then it's probably worth the hit. Hakimi's quality, I just don't think he's got the team around him against France to get points. Who was it he got points against? Haiti. Yeah, you could be right. You could be right. Should I do Brahim Diaz and Tagliafico instead of Digne and De Ketelaere? I would prefer that. Yeah, that sounds good. It's pouring over here. I feel like we've got very nice weather for a change. Tielemans 2 goals so far in scouting bonus. I'm in a league with my mates, only 5 points clear. Yamal 12th man chip. I think I would, if I was using the 12th man chip, I would use it on one of Kane or Haaland. I would imagine that you've got Mbappe and Messi. I think if you're going to 12th man, I would go for Kane or Haaland. £6.4 mil. What are the chances of Marino starting, by the way? He's always good for, like, Spain, points-wise. Is there a chance he plays good minutes here? No. Probably not. I think, unfortunately for me, if I want to play this, I mean, I could just go Baena, right? I was going to say, my only real shot is just to go for someone that I don't think is going to do well or qualify, which would be a Tielemans, a Nusa, players that I don't really like that much. But I probably just go Baena on that, really, don't I? Baena's poor. Marino's poor. Yeah, I probably wouldn't go Marino. That's probably just a non-shout. I also hate the triple Spain. I just don't see anything better. Let me check. See if Digne has good attacking stats, which I don't think he does for France. I'll maybe make the downgrade and just get McAllister. I mean, he's nowhere. 0. He's literally rock bottom. I mean, so is Koundé. See, like, 2 big chances created for Koundé. This is why I like Koundé. I feel like he kind of has a little bit more. And then there's Digne rock bottom as well for chances created. He's just not really there at all for me. Koundé pretty poor attacking stats as well, to be honest. But I don't know. Something's telling me that Kunde's the guy to go for. Sully, I haven't yet. I'm looking at probably going for this team here. Do you know what? I might just lock it in. I think I'm just going to lock this in. I can make the change next week with Baena. At least now I've got someone that I don't mind having. Next week, our next round, we're getting 5 free transfers. Next round, we're getting 5 free transfers. I've only got really 2 players in here that I'm expecting to be eliminated, and that's Diaz and Hakimi, so I should have a lot of room to jiggle about. And then I'll probably take Baena out. Take Baena out. Let's do it. Wait, I want to make sure I'm definitely taking a -3. -3. Are all these transfers worth a -3? Sanchez to Barca, yes. Vinicius to Diaz, yes. Quinones to Oyarzabal, yes. Saibari to Baena, I'm not so sure, but it enables the rest of the moves, so yes. And Diop to Kunde, yes. We're doing it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. Right, let me organise. Sub in. Sub out. Sub in. Done. Why is that not saved? Hold on, let me refresh. No chips from me, Almighty Tiger. Transfers are locked in. I've only got the max captain left, and I'm going to save that for the final. Why did you change your mind on the Gordon McAllister combo? That's my idea. Also, Courtois will limit Spain to 1 or 2 goals, not worth the triple Spain. Yeah, I don't think it is either, but Baena's really the only, if I'm being honest, Baena's the only player in this team now that I'm not 100% on. Gordon and McAllister both were 2 players that I wasn't 100% on. So, yeah, I just kind of, I'm happy to do what I've got. There we go. Refresh. Sorted. And then I want to captain Mbappe. And then make sure to set your vice captain as well. I'm going to vice captain Dembele. Boom. I also wish I had the clean sheet shield, but I don't regret not using it in the last round. It's a poor chip anyway. Right, we've got 20 minutes left. I'm going to quickly jump away for a minute and then I'll be back and then we'll do quick fire questions. So don't go anywhere. Bear with me. I won't be long. Right, I'm back. How are we looking? What have we got? 20 minutes to go. I'll stick the camera on in just a minute, and then we can do some quick fire questions. Just bear with a sec. Okay. Just one transfer left with 5.7 million. Patrick Berg or De Ketelaere, if not any of them. How about Raskin? I mean, I don't really like any of them, to be honest, Ravi. You probably are best just going for De Ketelaere, if anyone, but I don't think he's the best of options. Sorry guys, I'll just be a second. We can get the camera back on and rolling. Argentine fullback's not worth the risk? I don't think so, nah. I mean, they're all minutes risks. I think if I had to gamble on one, it probably would end up being Tagliafico. But yeah, minutes risks all round, I think. -3 to take out Manzambi? I would say so, yeah. I think he'll get eliminated and he's not available tonight, so... not tonight, this weekend. Right, let me just get us set back up. Perfect, right, quick fire questions, 15 minutes left. Let's see it. 138 likes. You apparently it's like a new YouTube thing. You have to like the stream in order to type in the chat. And if you do type in the chat and you can see it, I can't see it, unfortunately. So liking the stream is a necessity, unfortunately. We have to get to 100 before the end of the stream. We're at 78. Thank you all very much to everyone who has liked the stream so far. But I know there are some of you in there that are sitting there and you haven't liked the stream yet, and I know you can. So if you haven't yet, drop a like on the stream. It'd be very, very much appreciated. And let's get answering some questions. 15 minutes. Let me set my team like this so everyone can see. It pops in and we are locked in. We are locked in and good to go. Right, let's go. Ah, Tariq. Legend, thank you. Thoughts on Olmo? I prefer Baena. I think Baena is better for the price. You can save 1.7 million, which you can upgrade someone a lot better. So yeah, I think so. I would go for Baena instead. 12th man booster is better to use in this round of the semi-finals. The 12th man you want to be using in the easiest possible fixture, Laura, so I would just use it now. And it would be, I imagine we all have Mbappe and Messi, so it would be either Haaland or Kane that I would use the 12th man chip on. No scouting bonus picks in my team. No, apparently not this time. The thing is, with everyone starting to pick the same players, the chance of scouting bonus gets lower and lower. So yeah, none, unfortunately. Will Haaland make Scotland happy? We'll see. We'll see. Thumbs up is dark. What does that mean? I don't actually know. I don't know. I don't know if it's different for dark mode and light mode, so it might be a good thing. Let's see. Is -6 too much? I can go Kane and Diaz or Kane and Gordon. I mean, it depends what it's like, what it does to your team sits. I mean, -6 sounds like a lot, but if it makes your team better, then then do it. If it makes your team better for this match day and then next match day, then I think the hit's worth it. Koundé or Kubarsi? I would go Kubarsi. I think Spanish, I would rather have Spanish defence than French defence this week. Medina, Dest, Munoz, Sabari, Dembele out for Cucurella, Tagliafico, Kubarsi, Doué and Bellingham. I think probably every transfer in there is good apart from Dembele to Doué, but if I understand that probably frees up the budget for you. I don't like Doué all that much because I don't think he will start next week, but if you need someone for this week and you're happy that you're probably going to have to take him out next week, then sure, go for it. Top 3 mids under 8 million. Diaz, Baena and McAllister. That's I think that's where we've came from. Haaland or Kane for the 12th man. I mean, Kane is the smarter choice. Haaland is the more fun choice. If you want to play by the book and you want to, go by progression chances, goal chances, then Kane's probably the best chance you've got. But I think Haaland's a good differential pick if you don't already. McAllister over Diaz. I mean, we ended up going for Diaz in the end, so I think Diaz is better. But if you have a lot of players maybe that need to get that are going to get eliminated or are likely to get eliminated, then maybe McAllister's better because he's more likely to progress. But I've got Diaz for the penalties and he's starting up front. Legend M. Dot, thank you. Where are we at? 90 likes, guys. 10 likes to go. If you haven't liked the stream, pop down while we're doing rapid fire questions. If you've got a question, I know you're down there anyway. If you're typing in the chat. 8.3 million in the bank. Would you get Doué or Olmo or a -3 for Dembele? Probably a -3 for Dembele, to be honest. It depends who else you're taking out. But I think Dembele clears both Doué and Olmo. Unless you want to go for maybe Baena and save the money, and then you've got a lot more money to upgrade elsewhere. Hold on. Manzambi won't be available, I think. I'm pretty sure he is a huge doubt, unfortunately. Should I just take a -3 hit and swap Saibari for Gordon? Yeah. I mean, Gordon's going to be better than Saibari this week, and Gordon will likely be available next week when Saibari won't. So that kind of fits the two, is the hit worth it? It fits the two, the check boxes. 12th man chip, best to play this week? Yes, I would say so. Let us know when you're locking in. I have locked in already. Raw, we are locked in. I've already made the transfers. Did you go for the -9? I hope it works out. Thoughts on Olmo? I prefer Baena because I think he's much better value. Bellingham and Baena or Olmo and anyone under 7 mil. Definitely Baena and Bellingham. Baena and Bellingham for sure. 5.6 for a midfielder. I have one transfer left. I'm pretty sure you can afford De Ketelaere in there. He's not my favourite choice, but you're not really going to get much for that price. So, yeah, I think he's probably the better one. Captain Dembele or Elise. Now, that is a very hard shout. Again, if you want to stick by, the stats and stuff like that, Elise is probably the better one to go for. Would you rather have Gordon, Oyarzabal, Koundé, Kubarsi, or Kane, Berge, O'Reilly, and Kubarsi? So, Gordon, Oyarzabal, and Koundé, or Kane, Berge, and O'Reilly? It would be Gordon, Oyarzabal, and Koundé. Definitely Henry. Olmore, Gordon, Gordon. If Dembele blanks, do we swap vice captain to Oyarzabal / Yamal, as we might need to bench? Yeah. Yep. I think it's a lot easier now with the vice captain because we've got a lot of the same players from the same teams. So yeah, at least this time we should be able to swap our vices to someone who is playing in the next game with a captain as well. I'm torn between the super aggressive -9 and your -3. I really like my team at this point. I think if I'm looking at any kind of negatives in there, no Kane, triple Spain attack, and that's it really. Which I think is a good problem to have. Because I don't think triple Spain attack, I don't like it, but I don't think it's that bad. Hakimi's on Dewey, that's why I'm a little sus about. Yeah. I think that my big thing on Dewey is just I don't think he starts next week. 97 likes as well, guys. Only 3 likes away. There's got to be at least 3 of you in here that haven't liked the stream yet. Make sure to jump down and do so. 8 minutes to go. Sam, best of luck to you as well. Team set, went for Koundé to have 4 defenders from 4 different teams using clean sheet shield. Smart. Very smart. Hopefully there's some points, a little more points than what we got in the last round. Be surprised if anyone get any. Did anyone get any points? What defenders would you have had to get points from a clean sheet shield last week? Paraguay defenders, Portugal defenders, Belgian defenders, and Norwegian defenders. No one had Paraguay. Maybe if you had Nuno Mendes. Belgian defenders. I mean, I don't think anyone really has Belgian defenders at this point. Norwegian defenders, yeah, so really no one get done well with that last week. If Spain get beat, yeah, probably. I can't see it though. Fingers crossed. If Spain get beat and Morocco get beat, then we're sitting on 8 players eliminated, which is it's manageable. It's manageable. It's not great, but it's manageable. And then next week we'll take out some Spain players while they play France. Thoughts on rice? It's tasty. I do like it. White rice is my favourite. Best 4.8 million. No, I'm kidding. I prefer Gordon. I prefer Gordon. There's probably better options out there as well. Would I say rice is worth it? It's not that expensive. £2 a bag. 104 likes. Hey. Sorry, I'm totally taking the piss out of that question. I don't know I don't know how much he is. Hold on. I mean, 11 points so far, 7 million. Nah, I would get Gordon. Go for Gordon. Rob all set, lovely. Make sure we are starting to set up as well, guys. We've only got 6 minutes to go. 5 minutes now on the dot. If you haven't made your transfers, get them made. This is my team on the screen. M. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. What would be my ideal pairing with rice? Now, I had tuna with rice today. I tried to make like Korean tuna today. It was like soy sauce and stuff. It was okay. I'm not the best of cooks. Last one, Martinez, Dembele, Baena, better than Dewey, Bellingham, Cabarce. Same person that was tempted to remove Dembele for funds. Martinez, Dembele, Baena, Dewey, Bellingham, Cabarce. Cabarce's better than Martinez, Dembele's better than Dewey, and Bellingham's better than Baena. So I would go for... Oh. But is it enough? I can't remember if you're taking a hit for that or not. If there's a hit involved there, then I wouldn't do it. But if you are just going, you know, looking at both of them, I think Bellingham, Cabarce, Dewey wins 2-1 there. But not enough. Like, I don't think Cabarce beats Martinez enough to take a hit, if that makes sense. That's abomination. Tuna and rice isn't bad. Normally chicken and rice though, with the Nando's Pyrenees. There we go, I've brought it right back now. Yeah, Denial War, I wouldn't take the hit. I would just keep Martinez, Dembele, Baena. Tielemans or Baena. Tielemans on pen and scouting bonus. I mean, probably Baena, but I see why people pick Tielemans. I just think I don't see Belgium doing great. So I'd rather have the Spanish player. Is Koundé worth it instead of Digne? I have 1.7 in the bank, but also Manzambe, who will probably be replaced next round. I prefer Koundé to Digne, yeah. Digne's not really... I mean, neither has Koundé, but Digne really hasn't looked attacking-wise, like attacking at all. Like, bottom of the list for France, so I think Koundé is a bit better. That's why I've went for him. Should try Arabiata. I don't actually know what that is. I always see it in the Italian restaurants and I never go for it. Going to go watch TV. Can't wait until I copy your moves next week to remain 80,000 places behind you. Do you know what? Zafods, I got lucky last week. We'll put it down to that, right? We'll put it down to that. John, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Just realised I haven't used the qualification booster. Get that used right now. Get that used right now. Extra points. Where are we at? 2 minutes. A minute and 40. Get those transfers locked in. We managed to hit the like goal as well today, 107 likes, thank you very much. Legends. And again, big shout out to Khalid and Raw today for the donations, absolute legends, appreciate you guys so much. It's such a surreal thing, but thank you. So crazy all the match officials are Argentinian, I know. I need to get my Argentinian top on for next week's stream. I've very much overworn that in the videos, but I'll need to get that out for the semis. George, thank you. Appreciate you, mate. Henry, you as well. Thank you. Best of luck. A minute to go. 30 seconds to get those moves locked. I hope we are all locked in. Also, I don't know how many of you are still here and care for the Pokemon card collection. I've picked up 2 new guards. This one I will be selling. I packed this in a Ascended Heroes God pack. The Lily's Clefairy. Got it graded. With 10 in there. Picked up a guard for it today. That will be getting sold. And then I got a guard for my Reshiram. Now I gambled and went for the purple one. Beautiful, by the way. Elite choice. I hope you can see that okay. Yeah, you should be able to. Class. So that's my two new guards picked up today. For the cards, if anyone actually cares. Joe, thank you. Appreciate you. Best of luck. Almighty Tiger, can't believe this is also close to the end. Only 8 games out of the 104. I know, it's crazy. It's absolutely flew in. Nanny, they're all ace 10s. I've got them up behind me as well. There we go. There we are. Wee bit of the personal collection. I just sold O'Reilly for Tagliafico because if Nico O'Reilly scores one in the first half, I'm wondering why I didn't buy an Argentinian scouting bonus guy playing Switzerland with guy. Yeah, fair. Fair. Fingers crossed Tagliafico starts. Right, are we going to leave it there? I think we will. We are... Yeah, 1 minute past 9. Deadline is locked in. Garlic and something spicy with olive oil into a pan, slowly fry it on medium. Bro's giving me the whole recipe. Passata, reduce it, cook pasta, and add pasta and a bit of water. Finish with basil as decoration and extra aroma. Interesting. Maybe I have to get it next time I go out. Proper obsessed with cards these days. Spent about 200 on binders, sleeves and packs. I've got so much. I mean, you'll see if you see like right here, I've got my sealed Evolving Skies booster box right in the corner, which is just on screen. That's the gold mine right there. I meant to say Haaland scores one, but we probably got that. No white rice with that. Dinko, thank you mate, appreciate you. Almighty Tiger, thank you. Right, let's head off. Let's go watch the game. Probably the best one of the quarters, so I want to go see it. Thanks very much everybody for coming along. I am going to go off now. Appreciate you all. Best luck. Goodbye.
Rocks, we out here moving boulders, now we ain't getting posterized. We out here making posters and we ain't got nothing to hide. We move forward like soldiers, you better wake up for the pay stub or you'll pay up. Don't make love to the game, bruh, fuck the game up. Change up, rearrange stuff to your greatness. Famous for the way up, play the game, bruh. Never stop, go get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah. You know I'm always honest. There ain't no way I'm ever stopping. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top. I'm always flirting with pain. She like to hurt me and maim. I'm always working to change, but she's still lurking the same. I keep on building it down.